Let me see the comments section right here. um, how's everybody doing? Let me see where the comment section is. I don't even know where to comment. At least a minute, you need to start a highlight. Well, okay. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you all. Let's see if there's a comment right here in the chat so I can comment. I don't know where to comment. Where should I start a Q&A? No. I'm trying to put a comment on the live, but I don't even know where. I don't even know where. So hey, thank you so much for joining in. How's everybody doing? Bless you. It is 8:12 at night. Um, it's nice to say hello to you guys. The live is about Q&A. Nice to say hello to you guys. God bless you. Um, nice to say hello. Nice to say hello. They did to us. What do I mean by that? you know, right now everybody's complaining about mass deportations. Everybody's complaining about. They complain about what is going on with the mass deport. Oscar, Oceanside, California, Pendleton. How you doing? How you doing? All the way to Camp Pendleton. How you doing? They are complaining right now by the mass deportations, and we got accustomed, to this normalization of an illegal and illicit conduct. That's what they did to us. They used the vulnerabilities and the suffering of people for their political gain and vote, and for a mass disaster. Joe Biden, the Democrat, Alejandro Mayorkas, the rhinos, the globalists, the international organizations. They used the people for a political. In that massive amount of people that they were migrating, they were really bad people. And now people are complaining about deportations. These are the consequences of people not being well educated of what they were doing to us. And now that they are deporting individuals and they're you know using people, that they use people for the, now people are complaining about it. There's no way that we can start complaining about it. We did it to ourselves. And they used us and we were part of it. The globalists, they made us understand that it was okay for us to migrate through a jungle, for God's sake. Look to what point, into what hemisphere, and into what point in juncture they made us understand that it was okay to migrate through a jungle, to risk your life through a jungle, that it was okay to put your children and your family or your wife or your through a jungle and through this suffering, to make it look like it was okay. They made it look like that. They made it also to everybody to understand that that was okay. They made it okay to understand that you need to get extortion, that you need to get kidnapped, that you need to pay the cartel, that was okay. To migrate in a caravan, that it was okay. And those are the consequences of people not understanding that that was not legal, that that was not okay, that that was not the correct way to migrate. And what they did to us is basically they word immigration and they put the word migrant in the dirt. They made it look horrible. And now everybody, when they hear a word migrant, they're like, "Oh, you come illegally," or "How many countries have you crossed?" or "You brought by an NGO," or who? It's just a complete disaster and dismantling of the word migrant. They completely horrify this word and they destroy this word. It is not a. It's it was a combination of a lot of factors, but it's a combination of factors, but it was a combination of a lot of situations which we gave them the power to do with us whatever they wanted to do. So Q&A for people that are entering the live. Everybody doing, thank you so much. Let me hear some comments. Good evening. I may not know anyone, but just wanted to say hello, hello. It's insane how crazy people are, like trying to keep these awful people in their judges, keeping their homes. Why this was still there in the pockets? Well, there's a lot of money. Jules, there's a lot of money. and it's a lot of money. And now you can see that this massive, massive, migration was a lot of profit. I just made a video that I posted on X. How much money it was made only on the canoes. There was the taxi transportation inside of the jungle, and I made a multiply, you know, adding how much money they made 1 year, and it was just close to 15 million just on transporting. Uh, you know, just on transportation tonight. And hello, my, okay. This guy is, somebody is using fall language right here. So fall language. Oscar, do you move? It sounds like you have the Mexican chica cough. It's not good in that nasty weather. Yes, I did move. Thank you so much for asking. I have, and it was a really stressful and difficult week. Greetings from Jalisco, Mexico. Saludos, Piki, como no. Greetings to all. And the head honcho was, we all know who. Oscar, I watch you all the time, and you're doing great. Keep blessing. Yeah, thank you so much. Por la carne que vamos a hacer. Ok, está aquí. Déjenme nada más bloquear a este tipo de personas. There we go. 24 hours. There you go. And there we go. You look like my, okay. There we go. There's a lot of people that they're entering, and they are using horrible language. Here from Twitter, someone said something about how, oh my God, look at these people, horrible people that they're entering. These people want to damage the live feed. So good evening. Just turning from Ontario, Canada. Greetings, Oscar. Any thoughts on tomorrow's elections in Canada? Oh, tomorrow? You guys got elections tomorrow? Wow, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that you had elections. Which are the candidates? Do you guys have the the still the conservative guy? What's his name? He's gonna win inevitably. But if Canada loses to the Liberal political party, Canada's gone, man. But let's hope that it doesn't. Poilievre, yes. If he's winning, Pierre, yeah. Is he going to win or not, or is he on top, or how the elections are going? I don't know. Hi. Good evening, Oscar. Thank you for all you do. And God bless you. If I talk too much, okay. Q&A. People want to ask a question. Go ahead. Doing this Q&A. How's everybody doing? Like Rachel, get into them. Intensity, sitting back and enjoying the chaos. What's good tonight? Thank you so much for joining in. I pray Pierre will win. His rallies were on fire. Okay, let's hope that he wins, because if they don't win, if he doesn't win, it's going to be a disaster for Canada. Are you still boxing? Do you train with Nettie? I met Nettie. You're talking about Nettie Pantera Nettie, right? I met him when he was in amateurs, not even when he was a professional. But yes, I'm still training. I took a month off because I've been a little bit sick. But I took a month off, and I'm returned back like a couple of weeks ago. I'm so glad you were able to go to Israel. That was awesome. Yes, I went. I have been blessed to go 2 times already. People are not optimistic with Pierre. Why not? You speak Aramaic tonight. What do you speak Aramaic? Let me just. If you want me to speak a phrase, I can speak it. Michael Young says we are in Canada. Michael, say hello to Michael Young. He's in Panama. Oye, español, sí hablo español. ¿Cómo no? Pues soy mexicano, ¿cómo no voy a hablar español? Pero el en vivo es en inglés, pero si me quiere hacer una pregunta en español, pues con mucho gusto. Alberta will become the first 51st state Canada goes live. Any further info? Shipment of mercury, maybe going to Bolivia or China. Lithium. It's really big in Bolivia. Oscar from Imperial Valley. Hey, Imperial Valley, California. How you guys doing? It's cold, man. What the hell's going on with the weather over here? It's crazy because it's supposed to be now. We are in April, going on May, and and it looks like it's going to rain. Like what's going on? It's crazy. Thank you for updating, Hernando. Hey, Hernando, ¿cómo te va? Hey, Oscar, thank you for updating us. Keep up the amazing work. You too, also, my brother. Keep up doing what you're doing. Say hello to you. Bless you with all my heart. Say hi. God bless everybody. Global warming, Oscar. The hell with that with global warming. La Nina flips every 7 to 10 years. Okay. Oscar, sorry to ask, but do you miss the Pope? Just curious. No, I was not a big fan of his. I was a big fan of John Paul II, but not this Pope. This Pope was. God bless him. God rest his soul. May he be with our, our King and Father, Jesus, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But he was kind of like a commie, like a communist Pope. So I was not a fan of his. I'm not going to talk about anything about medicine because if I say something about medicine in this live, my platform will be flagged. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a, what is it called? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. So I'm not going to talk about medicine. People are putting some kind of a medicine right there. I'm not going to talk about it. Um, Oscar, can you give us thoughts on my question above, please? All right, let me see. Where's your question above? What's your name? Okay, let me see. Where are you? Where is your question? I don't see your question. For all you do, I don't see your question, bro. So can you put your question again, and I can read it? Very bad storm, very bad and huge winds again in the next 3 days. Ah man, here we go with the same thing. uh, I'm with Oscar. My pick for the next pick is Cardinal Sarah. Well, it looks like there's a conspiracy about the Black Pope, but he's the most conservative and traditional believer in Catholicism. So the Pope Sarah. So they're saying that he's the best pick. Completely revolutionized again the religion to where it's supposed to be, and he's completely against the atrocities and the deformities of wanting to transform religion into this progressive, liberal, religion. There's no progressive liberalism when it comes to Jesus. Jesus is the way. He said, "Follow me," and that's it. He's the way. There's nothing else. Stop it. That's it. Stop. Jesus is the way. Stop. Well, military provided security underground nightclub. Oh yeah, I saw that. How about that CO raid? Okay. Oscar Blue Ramirez. Something is going on in Colorado. They blew over two vans filled with ammo boxes heading to a round outside a military base, and they busted underground nightclub. Some, the raids and busts are going on. That's the thing that is going to be happening, and is going to be continuously happening now. So judges are going to be busted. Yeah, more politicians are going to be exposed. And that's the only that's that is going to happen. There was a lot of money that it was being manipulated because of illegal immigration. There was a lot of trafficking of children. There's a lot of money, and I told you about this. I told you how I said so many times how different are the border politicians from the United States different as the Mexican politicians as terms to corruption. There's not a lot of difference. It's a thin line between those comparisons between those two politicians. I said this, and I said it multiple times, hundreds of times. I said it before. How's actually happening? You have judges that are being busted with these individuals in their backyard taking photos, and you're like, what the hell you're doing, man? Like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking? You being a judge and doing this, what were you thinking? Pope Francis appointed 80% of the cardinals. Okay. Uh, Let me just read right here. Just called here. Um, Q&A, whatever you guys want to ask, go ahead. If it's respectful, go ahead. Oscar, why don't you do it the long way in horizontal? I'm comfortable like this right now, so I apologize if you guys feel uncomfortable with this way that I have the phone. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna do it again. So I apologize to my audience. I'm sorry, Teresa. I feel comfortable this right now. I'm sitting down on my. I don't have the laptop in the microphone. That's where and when I do it like that. Hello, Chuck Holton speaks highly of you. I love my. Gonna see him. Hopefully, if we get the right correct funds to travel, hopefully I can travel with him again through other parts of the world. He's my mentor, so I love him. I love that man. Everything that he has taught me in life has been with great knowledge. Where is your next travel? Híjole, I'm trying to go to um, where I'm trying to go back to Israel to on with the war, but it's kind of expensive to travel over there. So we're trying to get there. And also we are trying to go to Armenia with Chuck. With the borders of Azerbaijan, and I'm trying to go with the borders of Iran. I'm trying to go see over there what's going on. And also we're trying to also to go deep into the mass graves and all that kind of stuff in Mexico. And that we're trying to travel through the whole country. So it's a little bit of a complicated thing what we got going, but are trying to do our best. Where can I put a comment, man? Because I don't see where I can write. It only has a plus thing. Didn't you release a documentary recently? Where can we purchase? No, I haven't released it because we haven't the funds for the editor. So we're still waiting. I have all the material, everything is ready, but we are still doing that. And the book, I said that I'm going to release it, but I'm possibly. I just sent the picture to the editor of the book. That is going to be the front page picture, and this is going to be the picture. Let me just show you the picture. This is going to be the picture of the book. So that's going to be the picture of the book. Me carrying my backpack in the Darian. So that's going to be the picture. Enjoy watching Chuck. Thank you. I get my new car in a day. Oscar coffee. No, bless you. God bless you. I'm not. I'm. Let's enjoy the life. Eat and let's ask questions and worry about everything else. God will provide. Jesus is provide. Our God will provide. He knows. In times, God's timing is perfect. um, Questions, Q&A. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you. Thank you so much. It's Sunday. It's April 27th. The time is 8:31 in the evening. It's cold. Today I thought that it was going to be, a nice day to go outside, and all of a sudden it's cold. Yes, the gray hair on my beard, it is massively showing. 44 years of age, that's when it comes with age. Hernando, how you doing? Question: Are you seeing migrants self-deporting and going back down to Tapachula and in his cartel extortioning them to travel down? No self-deportations. We haven't seen anything like that to that effect. And more than the cartel right now has drastically shifted into the other market that is still the exploitation of women. We are seeing in Mexico a lot of missing women. This is happening continuously, which means that it can drift to another market that is the extraction of organs. And ultimately, also, we have seen that they have gone back to distribution of synthetic drugs and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a big, drastic change for them. It has affected their market immediately and massively in Colombia, where they were enormously trafficking humans in the dairy. It has affected them in the pockets, hit them in the pockets directly because now the jungle has been 99% decreased the flow inside of the Darian cap, which is enormous drop of flow of immigration. And also you will not see no caravans down in Tapachula where I was documenting them. So there's no caravans whatsoever. That has decreased also. So the traffic of them has been a market that has been completely shut down now. There's the other war, with them, interior war with cartels. Insecurity issues in Mexico have massively grown also. So there has been massive operations throughout the country where they have been dismantling laboratories of construction of fentanyl. But the violence that is increasing because they're resilient. They don't want to give power. So it has drawn a lot of attention to how the government of Mexico is handling things. We are not handling correctly. They're trying to pass a law to censor now content on social media. In the start of socialism in our country, they're trying to pass it through Congress. And this one of the Karl Marx. If you read the 10 steps to go to socialism, one of them is the control of the state of communications. And this is exactly what happened in Venezuela. Venezuela has all the control of the state in terms to communications and whatsoever. So drastically, slowly, it is changing, and we're seeing some aggressive moves from the president to drift to socialist status. Um, and the mercenary groups, as the terrorist groups, as the cartels are resilient. They're still continuing to be extremely aggressive, and we're seeing a lot of violence. A lot of extortioning, a lot of kidnapping, a lot of assault. A lot of kidnapping towards women. We're seeing a lot of those kind of situations in the country. So we're not doing good. Whoever tells you the opposite is because they don't live here and they're fanatics of that political party, or they're fanatics of that political party, and they just care more about the political party than our flag. So, so that's what I believe. 44 years young. Where is Mallorca's these days, man? I don't know, and I wish that they can find him so they can put him with crimes against humanity. He deserves that more than anything. Like, it's just unbelievable what this man has done. I just did a video specifically. I just did a video. And I'm gonna post it on X, and I am going to put like clips and all that. I just did a video about that, and I'm gonna post it later on about what they did to us. This is the life that they're talking about, what they did to us, and I'm gonna post that because these people need to be charged with crimes against humanity, and they haven't done anything about it. The administration, I don't know what their strategy is. I don't size and still attack an administration, which I believe they're trying to do the best that they can, and they're being blocked by judges. Mass deportation said it was a really heavy word for you to say on a political campaign because you know how the judges were going to be manipulated, and now you have a big problem in front. So that word now is going to possibly, if anything doesn't get fixed, is going to be possibly backfired because the American people were waiting for these deportations, right? So now the judges that are being bought and corruption, and you start seeing the massive corruption that coexists inside of the United States and the judicial system in the United States. Now you're seeing that it's difficult and it is not going to be hard. NGOs were going to prepare. You told them basically when you started spreading I'm going to ask deportations. You're telling the NGOs to prepare themselves, and these NGOs prepare themselves with class action lawsuits, judges, starting when now that they're trying to do it, it's really difficult. Although they have found like criminal rings and arrested 20 some criminals and this and that, they have done incredible job, incredible work. They actually say, okay, this is going is going it's critical, but but it's not the way that they are, which they were planning. Any thoughts on the killings of Ms. Morales and her son Ramirez, who found the extermination camps? It's bad, and they said it. These people were the ones that they found the extermination camps, and they said that their lives were being threatened. That this is going to happen to us, and they said that they said that they were going to get, you know their lives were going to be taken. And now that this has happened, we understood and we understand, that justice is going to be really difficult, for them to bring justice to them. It's just so bad. It's what I'm saying. Like, it's so bad what is happening in our country. Uh, do you think the cartels have already bought the judges here on the U.S. Oscar? Where there's some money, possibly not directly by the cartels, but some corruptions. It's a lot of money. You can see there's a lot of money. Look, let me just put this on your screen so you can understand how much of a money this is. All right. So let me just do the application for you guys, and I'm gonna do it on the screen for you guys to understand how much money we're talking about. And this was only just piragua boats. The piragua boats. The piragua boats were a mode of transportation out of the jungle. Inside of the jungle, you had to move on a piragua boat. To get out of the jungle, it was 3 hours from Pacific Village into the outside of the jungle. And it took 3 hours. You had to pay for one piragua boat to get out, right? So to when you got out of the jungle, there was what was called Bajo Chiquito. And in this place, you had to put your name on the list. Now, I remember one time me and Ben Berkwan went in there and we counted 116 piraguas coming out of the jungle. So every piragua boat, it costs per person $20. If you multiply how many people they fit on a piragua, it fit 20. So you multiply per 20. That's just one piragua, right? It gives you a total of $400 just on one piragua on one trip. $300 of one piragua, one trip. Now, if you multiply uh, $400 for 116 piraguas that we saw that day, it will give you one day a total of $46,400 they made just in one day. So if you multiply those $46,400 per 7 days, it will be a total of $324,800. Now, if you multiply those $324,800 per 4 months, 4 weeks, per four, it give you a total of $1,299,200. If you multiply the $1,299,200 per 12 months, that is here, that in the year 2023, 523,000 people crossed the Darian Gap. Now we're going to multiply that right now, but if you multiply that by 12, it's a total of what? $15,590,400. Almost $16 million just on piraguas, just on boats. So what I'm telling you is the market inside of the jungle, just on little boats, just on 1 year, look how many millions it made. Imagine how much money they were making out of these human beings coming into the United States of America. Now, let me just tell you, to cross the Darien Gap, you had to pay a tourist package. This package was to get you on a boat from a place that is called Necoclí and enter the jungle into a place like Acandí, Turbo, Capurganá. Those were the names that it was, basically the names for the entrances of the jungle. Now, let's just multiply this, right? On the year 2023, that we crossed the Darien 3 times on there, they said that 500, according to authorities of Panama, they said that the amount of people that they crossed was 523,000 people. So let's just multiply 23,000 That's 523,000. Let's multiply 523,000 per $320 per person that they were charging. This is the cartel clan del Golfo. So let's multiply that by $320. It will give you a total of how much they made on that year. $167,360,000. That's what he made. 1 year. The Darian gap has been operating massively under the Biden administrators. Before that, it was operating slowly under Trump, not as effective as, when it was operating, you know, uh, massively as they were operating under Trump, but it was not as they were operating under Biden. Do they pay in America bills? Yes, a lot of it with remittance that is being sent from the United States of America. I bet they are pissed, Oscar, that they lost that income. Imagine, and that not only including the mom and pop, it was a whole market, brother. It was not only the boats, it was the hotels, it was the market, the shopping carts that they were selling, the boots, the stoves, the carts, the tents, all this market. It was just an enormous human business living out of sucking the teeth out of human misery. Adding to that, that the OIM was there, UNHCR was there, the United Nations were there. So you were funneling money through a human crisis. This is why they did not want it to stop that. They wanted that epicenter to continue to flow because it was a huge, huge business. Huge business of people living out of human misery. Now that it's over, they're mad. Yes, they're mad. This is why you have these NGOs putting class action lawsuits right now to the government because they are not, they're not making money. The only way to make money to defend the people that they're going to be deported, and they have a legitimate deportation. Like you enter the country illegally under a false claim of asylum, or you didn't prove that you have credible fear, you need to be deported or you need to be returned. Let's just say return back to your country. This is why a lot of judges are blocking this because they say all of them that they entered are credible fear. So it's just unbelievable for me to say that because a lot of them they're returning back and they seem happy. A lot of them they don't. A lot of them have a legitimate case, let's say, but it's not like all of them they have legitimate cases. You're talking about more than I don't even know how many millions of people. Oscar, you think that we still have America right now if Kamala had a one? No. No, I would be right now possibly in the Darien Gap or outside, outside of the Darien Gap. I'll be right now. Possibly I will be over there. Well, I will be down south in Mexico, in a place in Central America. Possibly I will be right there walking with my backpack. I will, you know, I, you know, I don't know what, I don't even know what I will be doing. I really don't. I don't even know what I will be doing. Dave Fardine, hey, I have to jump in. And huge saludos, Oscar. How you doing, David? God bless you, brother. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have you heard of what is going on in Pachula? In terms to what, Miss Patsy? How you doing, Miss Patsy? God bless you. We will be doomed if Kamala hit. Oh yeah, that border will be completely flooded right now. That border will be completely a disaster right now. That border, it will be a complete disaster. And I'm not even joking. I'm not even saying. I'm not even playing. Where can I comment? Q&A. Start a pool. I see right here. Is this a comment? No. Highly save your channel unlisted up to 5 minutes. No. No. It's right here. Is this? No. No. Retouch. I don't even know where can. Thank you for all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't. It will be a complete. It will be a disaster right now. It will be a complete right now. If this would continue the way that it was with Kamala, it will be a complete disaster right now. I'm just telling you. But I will say, and I'm saying this, God, if God provides me another 4 years to live, right? 44 today. When Trump finishes his fourth year, I will be, uh, I will be 48, right? When I'm 48, look, I'm telling you this right now, right? If the Republicans or the, well, yeah, the Republicans, do not prepare themselves to win the next election, I'm just telling you all, prepare yourself. If the Democrats win after 2028, prepare yourselves for the biggest, massive migration that you have ever seen. It's going to be doubled as what you saw with Joe Biden. Hit that bell button. Hit that like button on YouTube. I see a lot of people coming in, so hit that on YouTube. And subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. It's gonna be uh, a complete, massive flow. You have millions of people that they were caught in the middle, and they're staying and they're waiting to see if there's going to be an opportunity to head forward. And you're going to have people that are going to wait for years to see if they're going to open again and they can win. So you have millions of people waiting, and this is going to be it's done. If these people come with the same ideal of open borders and giving the power to the United Nations, that border is going to be flooded again. So it's going to be non-existent, in the future. Our country would have been doomed. 44 today, Oscar. No, 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 no. I'm not. I don't turn 44 today. My birthday's in January. Islam will be our next problem. Apparently, Islam is a problem right now in Europe, huge. Uh, in the UK, France, in some places, in Spain, some places it's growing massively. It's growing massively. Massively, it's growing. Uh, KGB agent explains. I don't understand your comment. Q&A, people. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much. God bless you. Buy me a coffee is right there. People want to contribute. God bless you. Thank you so much. Uh, thank you so much for joining in. It's nice to say hello to you guys. Say hello. So everybody say hello. Where do you learn to speak Arabic? I learned it in a place that I don't want to say, but I learned. I learned a little bit of Arabic. Yes, I learned the religion and the culture a lot. Europe has fallen. We are trying to get out of it now. Yeah, it's difficult scenario. How you doing? How you doing, Olman? Uh, God bless you, Oscar. Thank you so much, Dora. Wouldn't Trump be eligible for a second term? I don't know the laws of the United States of America, so I don't know if he will be eligible for a second term next election. I don't know. I really I don't want to. I do not want to elaborate on that topic because I'm gonna look like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying you guys need to prepare after 2028. Uh, Christine Campbell, new your channel, praying for your safety. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. Who's they? I don't even know what's. No, he's not eligible. So he's eligible to reelect himself. So I don't know who's going to be the candidate. Possibly is going to be J.D. Vance. I don't know if he's going to be the one. John Carnahan, do you had to leave your house after that shoot? Yes, I had to. I moved. Islam is wanting to take over the world. Always pray for you, Oscar. Your comings and goings. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you much. Well, it has been happening for quite some time now. You say they did this. Who's they? I don't even know what was the comment or what was the comment that I was talking about. If you're referencing to day, I don't even know what was the comment. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't put attention to it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you so much for joining in. It's late. It's cold, a little bit cold. A little bit cold right now. So nice to say hello to you guys. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. And there's a couple of things that happen worldwide. Of course, there is the picture that everybody's talking about. Zelensky sitting down with Trump. In the Vatican, which that picture it says a million words. But let's hope that that comes to a peace. Also, Vladimir doesn't want peace. It's a really complicated issue. I've been to Ukraine once, and what is that? The Ukrainian people are good people. I don't say they're bad people. Ukrainian people are really good people. They don't want this war to continue also. So yeah, found you from Chuck. He is now in Iraq. Yes, I talked to him. Ago. He told me that he was in Iraq. He's waiting to move to another strategic place with Dave Eubank and the Burma Rangers. I've been with Dave Eubank and the Burma Rangers in Ukraine. I was with them. The great Dave Eubank. God bless his heart, man. He's an incredible human being, phenomenal human being. And yes, I talked to him and I was like, you travel in a portal. I always tell Chuck he travels in a portal. But I love him. He's an incredible human being, and I hope that I can see him soon. So that's kind of like a really compromised question. See, GJB Chase. If I say that, probably I will be putting a rope on my neck if I read that question. But I try to be careful and I try to be cautious. So Mark Anthony says, thank you for your reporting. You do an incredible job on the border. And thank you for always being truthful in your reporting. Thank you so much, Mark Anthony. God bless you, man. No, 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 it's okay. No, to be sorry. It's just, you got to be careful. I live over here, so it's not easy to get out there and say a lot of stuff that we cannot be saying. That's the way it is. Thank you so much. How's everybody? 44 minutes going in. We pray. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bringing the truth out in the most dangerous thing. Talk about what I feel like. Well, this is the Q&A. It's you guys. I always put the topic. Why? You guys, I seem to remember the words consequent terms from back in the day. So since Trump did not consequently serve, that could make him eligible to run in the next. There's a lot of. It's really complicated, man. That topic, if he can serve or not another term, I do not know. I'm not. I'm not educated on the Constitution of the United States. I only know a few things of the Constitution of the United States, and I'm not even a citizen of the United States. So, um, but what we stand until this point is that he cannot run after 2028. That's what I understand. So I do not know if he can run or not, but which I have read, it looks like he can't. So that's what I believe. That's what I have heard. I don't want to be right or incorrect. I don't want to say something that is disinformation. So I'll vote for Trump again the fourth time and return back to see if inauguration again. Well, he's gonna be up there on age. We need to understand that. Although he's accurate, he's really well spoken and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes the people around him are his advisors. Sometimes he make really not good decisions. And let's just say like, but how old is if he when he finishes his term? How old is he going to be? 80 what? 82 or 80? It's going to be 82, right? So that's up there on age. I'm not going to lie, that's up there. So uh, that's crazy talk. Can only do 2 terms. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't really want to get into it. I would just hope I last to 70. How does Claudia Sheinbaum doing in Mexico as far as approval? It's going down her approval, but she's doing a horrible job. Really, in insecurity, we're doing really bad. We're doing a really bad. We're not good. The only people that they're going to say that they're doing good are the people that they love that political party more than they love the flag of Mexico. Still younger than Biden. Well, yeah, Biden was a fossil. He was never eligible to be president, not even in the first place. You know, that election was a disaster. Became president. Uh, Trump has aged a lot. Not a good idea. Well, I don't know about that. I don't want to get into that topic because you will get the Trumpers mad, and then man, you don't you cannot say nothing, man. They get upset real quick. Más o menos por ahí, Olman. uh, what do you think Trump's low deportation numbers? If I start speaking, uh, the the people that they are MAGA, they're gonna get upset. And this is why I try to be honest, but when I speak, I say to them, please don't get into their feelings because this is what it's actually. If you tell me about that, what do I think about the Trump? Uh, your thoughts on the Mexican American War? Mexican American War. Which Mexican American War? Are you looking forward to going anywhere in the near future? Yes, I'm trying to go to Armenia, but I'm trying to save here and there to try to go over there with him. And go to the borders with Azerbaijan, borders with Iran. Uh, you know, you're going back in history, man. 1846 and 1848. You're going back in history, and this really confliction of war because it's gonna make us get into our feelings. So it's not about I don't like to get into that. But talking about the low numbers on deportations, this is what I said in the first place. And I remember when I said it, I said, I think it's a mistake saying that you're going to do mass deportations. And not was not capable of doing it, not because I do not approve or approve, because you have to wait to get in to see the disaster that this Biden administration has caused and how they have manipulated the system and immigrational system and how they gave the power of their border to the United Nations, the Global Compact on Migration, and how the NGOs had a lot of power, how they manipulated the judicial system, how there was a lot of corruption on judges, on infiltrated individuals in your justice system. This was going to be hard, and I said it before he became president. When he became president, I said it's going to be really hard for you to do all these deportations, for you to combat what you have right now going on. And it is actually now being a difficult thing for them to execute. There is a lot of corruption inside of agencies. There's a lot of corruption, with judges. There's a lot of corruption with, what is going on. And in terms to in terms to the numbers, it's showing completely the opposite. It had to compare what Obama did. Obama had all the judges with him, and so that was a plus, for Obama, the worst president ever, Obama. But now with Trump, he has all the is fighting over him. Everybody fights whatever decision he wants to take. So it's become extremely difficult for him to do that. So it's a really it was a really big responsibility to say I'm going to do the biggest deportation ever in history, and now you're seeing that it's not as well as he thought that it was going to go because of the level of corruption that exists inside of the inside of the United States. And it is actually showing now. You see all these judges being busted with people in their backyards, and it's incredible that you had the audacity to do that, man. You're a judge, you're a federal judge, but yeah, at least some action is now being taken. Yeah, they're doing what they can and what it has into what it can do to their extent of the power. But it's not going as well as they thought that it was going to go. Uh, you know, uh, that happened in my city with the judge. That embarrassing, man. That was kind of embarrassing, Steve. Yep, New Mexico federal judge. Yep, it's crazy. It's crazy. In New Mexico, you have an enormous power, the cartel and the border. It was an enormous disaster of trafficking. Of It was an enormous disaster. New Mexico was flooded, enormously by illegal immigration. All their borders were completely flooded. You know, it was New Mexico. One of the Santa Teresa, no, Santa Teresa was uh, Santa Teresa was extremely difficult. Dora Pereira, all you do, you are an amazing hard worker. Thank you so much. Never boring. Thank you for not calling me boring. That's a plus. Yay! I'm not boring. And you never hear about New Border on the news. It's always Texas. No, we hear it. Now, to get to these places on the Mexican side is completely impossible because it's only desert areas. So it's really difficult to on the side to report on New Mexico. On the Mexican side, it's extremely difficult. You will get completely eradicated from the planet because you're in the desert area. What is a journalist doing in a desert area with a convoy of people, armed people, delivering people in a non-porty? It's really difficult. It's really dangerous to do that. Even when I was reporting on the other side in Jacumba in Mexico in Jamul, it was extremely dangerous. Those places that were extremely highly controlled by the organized crime and the cartel. So you had to go there with a convoy of military men from the National Guard. You had to go in there with them. It's really was really difficult to that. Uh, uh, there's comments right here that I don't understand. I'm reading JD Vance took what book liability? What I don't understand that. P.S. Oscar, have you written any books? I'm going to start doing presentations. That's my next step. Can you please increase your volume? That's all the volume that I can, and I cannot speak that loudly because I'm kind of sick. I'm trying to do presentations now. My book, I've been, saying that it's going to come out. It's late. It's a little bit late because I had a little bit of issues with the editing of the book. But but I'm trying to release it in two presentations now. I'm trying to go to rehab centers to talk to the people about second opportunities in life and how can you increase your possibilities of better in life with all the obstacles that I have gone through in my life and all the bad things that has happened in my life and all the struggles to tell people that it's possible. And also, I'm trying to go to federal prisons and state prisons to talk to the inmates and prepare them for the life that is out there to see how politically and how everything is being managed by globalists and elitists and how life is, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. Create awareness and also be a public speaker. That's one of the things that I want to do. Oscar, in all your coverage stories, Lisa, which story sticks out the most to you on bother you the most? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Just seeing people die, it is something that is never going to leave your mind. Or listen to a woman tell you in the middle of a jungle that she had just got raped and abused, or what child get sick and vomit consistently uh, because of an infection of malaria, watching a child drowned, watching a decomposed body, watching children completely dehydrate on a caravan, on a migrant caravan, watching a kidnap, watching mass graves, um, discovering graves, um, getting sick with malaria. That was one of the things that I can say that it was really concerning for me on my the trip that I can say that it was really difficult for me in the Darian was the third one. uh, Ben got really sick and I got really sick. And when I got home, because of all the things that I saw, you know, I stayed in my house for like 2 weeks. I had to go to church. I never go to church. You know, I have my personal relationship with Jesus, and my church is with Him, personal. So I wish that I can go to service, trying to convert to Christianity. In due times, I will baptize. But you know, the I had to stay in my house for like 2 weeks and talk to a priest, and I sat down with him for like an hour, and I just talked to him, and I said, "This is my job. This is what I do." So I went early to the church. I remember that. So I don't know if you guys have time for me to give you guys my experience of what happened that day. If you guys have time, I will talk. But I remember that day when I went. I was here in the house, and I was being every night. You know, I was getting these flashbacks, and I was getting these, like, not nightmares, but it was just like flashbacks. Like, it's crazy because I never gotten them until the third trip. Because the second trip we got into a gunfight in the middle of the jungle, and it was when women were telling us that they were just being raped and abused, and it was just horrible. The third one, I started getting these flashbacks when I was when I was when I was in my home, sleep, right? And all of a sudden, I was with my eyes closed, and I will do this, like I will like move my hand, because I was thinking that I was swimming, or I was thinking that I was grabbing a child, or grabbing a rope, or climbing the mountain. So I will wake up, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, oh my God, I was just there. I'm like, okay, I'll go to sleep, and then I will go to sleep and pass out. But it was happening really consistent. Like, it was happening consistently. So at first, it started happening with one kid. You guys know that I always talk about the kid that I carried for a certain amount of hours. Stayed in my mind. So at first, it started happening with him. Then it started happening with other things, like the sound of the jungle, like the people, the crying of the kids and the crying of the women, and that started waking me up. And that's when I started realizing, like, whoa, I think I have a little issue, man. I think we had a problem. So I started calling Chuck. You know, I started asking him, like, Chuck, what's going on? He started telling me, read this on the Bible, read this on the Bible. So I started reading it, and it started, before I go to sleep, I pray a lot. That I started doing it before, way before, but I started praying a lot, more. So I took that decision to go to a priest, and so I went to the church. I went around like 2:30 in the evening, I remember, and it was alone. The church was open, a Catholic church. So I went all the way to the front, and there was a person that helped there, and I said, like, hey, do you know what, un tal padre, where un tal sacerdote? Like, hey, do you know where the priest? Like, oh, he's coming like in 20 minutes. He just went and get something to eat. Like, hey, do you think that he has time to talk to somebody? Like, I need to talk to him. And he was really nice. And he came in. It's like, hey, cómo estás, hijo? How you doing, son? And okay, I need to talk to you. Like, this is the line of work that I do. Let me present myself. I said, this, my name is so and so, and this is what I do. So, but I really want to talk to you. It's bothering me. Doesn't let me go to sleep. It's like, all right, yeah. So I went inside, and he didn't put me on these, when you those where you sit, you kneel down, and you tell your sins. No, we went to a room, and he just sit down, and he prayed first, and then he started saying, like, just talk. So I started saying, like, this is what's going on, and that helped me a lot because I was in his hands, and he prayed for me. And after that, it went away. So um, it bothered me into a point that I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to go in there. I didn't want to go in there anymore. But we never, in, like, the slogan that I got, God's mission, right? So I said three is enough. I'm not going in there. And also walking on caravans, it was really exhausting to see being dragged, uh, and dehydrated and people suffering and all this. Like, ah, man, it's just so much. It's so much tension all the time, right? So they told us, hey, there's a possibility to go in there again the fourth time. And there's this place that is called the Mountain of Death that you guys know which mountain is, right? So it's the only mountain that we never climbed. And I said, man, I don't know, man. I think that, I think that we done enough. And I said, I told Ben, like, I think that we exposed enough, brother. Like, it's already out there, man. Like, it's nobody has ever done what we have done. Like, nobody's gonna do it. And it's like, come on, Oscar, let's do one more. I'm like, brother, you already know how we're gonna get sick, and you already know the dangers. Like, we have all these obstacles we gotta go through, and you already know, brother, we're gonna get annoyed and like, yeah, I know. I'm like, but we gotta do it. We gotta show the people what's going on. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So we got ready again and we went at it again. And we stayed in the jungle for like 4 days. And I got sick again with malaria. I got sick 2 times with malaria, initiations of malaria. I don't even know. It was just the high fever and the trembling. I remember that, getting home but those are the consequences when you're trying to expose this kind of stuff, man. It's not easy. It's when you a lot of people. I've seen a couple of reporters trying to go into Darian, right? But nobody has ever done it like we have done it. And a lot of people are like, well, man, I want to go to the Darian. I want to. And it is not that you're not. I tell all these because a lot of these reporters and journalists they wanted to go in there, right? And they wanted to get all the experience and all that. But I told them like when they used to talk to me, I said I don't think that you're ready. And like, come on, I have a bigger platform than you. I have, I know that I can. It's not about the likes. It is not about the views, and it's not about your millions of followers. It's about how spiritually connected you are with human. Because I'm not going to go with somebody that he doesn't even care about a human life. I know what you're trying to get. I know that you're trying to get the news. I know you're trying to get the views, and I know you're trying to get the experience of exposing illegal immigration and all that. But if you do not get the spiritual connection with how they are mistreating humanity and how this evil monster of globalism, how they're treating humanity and how humans were losing their lives, I don't want to be in that jungle with you because you are in a different connection. You're in a different zone that I'm not in that zone, man. I'm in a zone that I'm seeing pass through of taking this to a platform and a media. I'm seeing it through what can I do to help as a son of God? If God put me in that place, it put me in that place because I'm a human being. And if God told me, carry that child, I will leave my camera alone and I will carry that child for just 2, 3 minutes and I will help the mom. Although I know that what they're doing is wrong and I know that what they're doing it is incorrect, but who told them to go through that place, man? Yes, all these people were using human beings. So for me a lot of journalists, they asked me a lot of the times when I was going in there, like they really wanted to get in there. They really wanted to go in there. And they were really capable people. Like they were incredible, capable people, to do that. But my connection with you has to be beyond, beyond just for you to get a like or for you to get a view or for you to want to be famous in those kind of places. It had to be spiritually connected with doing more for humanity. When Ben and I used to go in there, we used to get annoyed, argue all the time inside. Like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me right now. Shut up, Oscar. I'm like, oh, go shut up. And then he will be talking to me like, shut up, don't talk to me right now. Why? Because he would understand what I just saw. And I would understand what he just saw. Like I will cross a river right now and it will be easy for me. And You know, when Ben will be crossing the river, it will be difficult for him in a way. Let's just say hypothetical example. And I will see him how he is struggling, and possibly he saw a woman crying, and it was so many scenarios because it was thousands of people at the same time. So possibly he will see something that it will completely devastate him emotionally, and he will say like, "Don't do it, please, ever again in your life." And I will, and I was not part of that moment, but he will get that moment. He will take it in, right? And when we got out of the river and we were sitting down on a rock, I will talk to him and like, "Don't talk to me right now." Like, oh, he's in a zone. You know, he's on that zone that I have been so many times on that zone. You know, so many times on the zone that I will be completely looking at humanity and be like, how is this possible that we are treating humans like this? This is inhuman. These globalists, these organizations, politicians, they don't care about human life. They only care about the profit of human life, and they only care about their political agenda. Meanwhile, children were dying, women were dying. So for me to, you know, get somebody, a journalist, to go with me on a Darien Gap, to talk to him for quite some time, right? And I need to find him out, like, hey man, are you ready emotionally? Because more than physical, you know, I get prepared physically, right? I train a lot for this journey. I train to be strong in my legs, because that's where you got to be really strong in the legs, and got to be able to carry a backpack of more than almost 40 pounds for 4 or 5 days, 12 hours. But more than that is the mind. You know, it's the mind that it keeps you afloat, and for you to see a child drowning and not to stay there, and not to be in that shock mode that you cannot move anymore, and that it will completely disrupt your work, and that I completely will shut down. You will shut down right there at that moment. So you got to be able to digest that, you know, to see like, okay, I just saw that, horrible. And then the story, I just got raped. Okay, take that, horrible. Woman crying, take that, horrible. Men dying, take that, that's horrible. And keep moving, bah, bah, keep walking, walking, walking. And it's just like a lot of scenarios that you take, but you got to be capable of taking that, taking this, taking that, taking this, taking that, taking this, taking that. And it is constant, like the whole 12 hours of the day. Constant, constant. And then when you go to sleep on a hearing children crying, I want to go home, I want to go home. So it's constant. It's the whole day. So you have to be prepared more than physical, mentally. And it's just this is why a lot of people are like, oh, I want to go with you, man. Uh you know, I want to go with you. I want to go with you. I want to go with you. And it's like it's more than just looking at you and saying, "Oh, you're ready. Yeah, you're ready. You're tough. You're big. You're 6'5". You can bench press 315 times. Man, you're ready." You know, like yeah, you're ready physically, but in your mind and in your heart, you're not. So it's like I want to see the purpose of you as a human being. Why you're going to try to what are you going to take from this, do good with it. You know, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to put it on a network and just, hey, I did it. And it's like, no, what are you going to do with it, man? Because it's so much. The time that I went in there, I went with that same mentality. What am I going to do with it? You know, I'm putting it on a network. And like, my mind completely, boom, changed. Like, this is a tragedy. This is a complete, you know, tragedy, man. This is a horrible tragedy. When am I need to go there again to explain it better. And then second time, third and fourth. So that question expands into an explanation. I can stay here for hours speaking about it, because it's so emotionally exhausting for me to open up. Where do you want to live in the future? Uh, I think in God's heart, if I'm with Him, I will be in whatever place. You know, I went to Israel, and then I was in Jerusalem, and that is where I felt that it was one of the most beautiful places for me spiritually. But whatever he puts me, I will be. So I don't have a place specifically. Like if it's like a person that thinks extremely in particularly into be material about it. I don't. Whatever he says, whatever I go, and this is where I gotta be. This is where I gotta be. So that's that's uh, that's the way I think. That's the way I believe that the world the world is not easy, man. Uh, the world is a really difficult place out there to live. God bless you. Another question, last one before I go because I'm hungry and I want to get something to eat before I go to sleep. So I once knew a man that survived the Baton death march. Your stories are kind of like the same. I'm sorry for that, man. Sorry for that. Listening to that's kind of feeling exactly the same. The world is a vampire smashing pumpkins. Ah, that band, Smashing Pumpkins. You remember that? Smashing Pumpkins. Good night, Oscar. Good night, John Carnahan. How you doing, John Carnahan? How you doing? Any chances since Panama to go live in Panama? I wish that I can go over there, man. It's a beautiful place. It's really comfortable place. Safe. Completely different. When you Panama, I was making a joke with Chuck. Because we were talking about the different violence between Panama and Mexico, no, Tijuana specifically. And when you hear violence, it's like, oh, somebody get assaulted with a knife, or there was a guy that got shot. But over here, it's like, oh yeah, they just found dismembered bodies, decapitation, and it's just a completely different level of violence and insecurity. You know what? Um, Panama is a beautiful place to live. Joshua loves you. 62426. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. Did Trump get the canal back? I don't know. On now, apparently not. Try to get some chicken soup. Oh, that would be so good. Some chicken soup. That'd be so good. Read Ephesians 6, the whole armor of God. Pray it will. Thank you so much, Dora. God bless you. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much. It's been nice talking to you guys tonight. I think I should do these ones on Sundays for subscribers. I think I'm going to do it and get these real talks for you guys, and you guys can, we can talk about it, whatever the topic, and talk about everything. So thank you so much for your support, your endless support. Trying to get this cough out of my system. It's been going on. This cough, I had it for quite some time, and it started when I started going inside the Darian. I don't know if it has developed, because it's kind of like a cough that is so annoying and consistent. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But thank you so much for joining in. God bless you. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, God's plan, it is our mission. Thank you so much.